Hello, my name is Ruby Shields and I'm proudly representing Australia today with my project Hues of Mount Kunanyi, the Boutique Hotel. My project has a mission to rekindle our connection with nature and end the white wall epidemic within hotel culture. With the rapid growth of urbanisation, we've witnessed the mass building of skyscrapers and sprawling cities. Concrete jungles where green spaces are sparse and nature feels distant. We've lost our most primal instinct and connection to nature itself. The extremely fast-paced rise of technology, which tethers us to our screens, captivating our attention with virtual worlds, alongside our fast-paced urban lifestyle of emails, social media check-ins, and scrolling, leave little room for leisurely walks in the forest, all while real rivers, forests, and mountains beckon outside our windows. We have nearly everything at our fingertips. A crackling wood fire, you say? No problem. YouTube has a live loop that you can pop on in the background for that ambient mood. We can also not ignore the white wall epidemic, a self-proclaimed issue that I feel immensely passionate about. The culture of white wall hotel rooms and homes lack warmth and personality. They merely serve a purpose of sleep without love and livability. They feel disconnected and sterile, hostile to nature and natural elements. When compiling the lack of connection to nature, our obsessions with screens, and the oversaturation of white, we cannot ignore how these factors impact our well-being. We are natural beings and our primal instincts tie us to nature. So it is no surprise that forest bathing, the practice of being in our natural environment, can reduce stress and boost our health and well-being. A person's mood can instantly change when privy to the warmth of the sun on our faces, or the sing-song of birds, or the crunching of leaves underfoot. Nature has powers that benefit us mentally and emotionally. Ultimately, I want to change the landscape of white walls to a space that harnesses natural elements to improve our well-being. And I believe within the confines of the built environment and not relying on biophilic design, even though it has amazing benefits, we can incorporate elements inspired by nature to create a sensorial interior that enhances our well-being and bridge the gap between humanity and nature, which leads me to the process and development of Hues of Mount Kunanyi. Hues of Mount Kunanyi is inspired by the beauty of Hobart's iconic mountain, Mount Kunanyi. As Mount Kunanyi casts its ever-changing backdrop of inspiration over the city, the design captures the essence of its enchanting allure, drawing inspiration from the memorizing hues of eucalyptus trees with their verdant greens and misty blues, as well as the sun-kissed sandstone rocks that punctuate its slopes, a burst of vibrant orange. The mountain's diverse tapestry of organic shapes that mingle with angular rock formations lended itself to a vibrant, playful interior, where meticulously selected materials and textures form a juxtaposition of smooth and rough. The mountain provided a wealth of inspiration, informing the design at every corner. The brief was an empty room for us to make our mark, and a mark was made. As you enter the room, you're invited into the space by a 3-meter window that overlooks the mountain, a saturation of natural light blurring the boundary between outside and inside. The layout features the typical items that you'd find within a hotel. It was how the finishes, colours and materials were brought together that created a space that was distinctively different. Inspired by the eucalyptus leaves' soothing hues, an enchanting palette was created. The greens were inspired by when you're up close with eucalyptus leaves and their varying hues of greens as they move in the sunlight. The blue was inspired by the oil haze that eucalyptus trees have at a distance. It's when the leaves disperse oil, and this mixes with water vapor and sunshine, and a blue mist is cast. The use of color was a deliberate spatial choice. The intense blue ceiling encloses the space, tricking the mind into thinking that the ceiling is lower than it is. Alongside the deeply rich green walls, again subconsciously encasing the room, creating an interior that envelops you. Green and blue are colors that invoke security and refreshment, relaxation and tranquility. So when combined, the essence of what nature can restore within us is achieved. However, blue and green should not be seen without something in between. And I've balanced these hues with a radiant glow of orange, and that orange is inspired by the sandstone rock formations at sunset, which glow in variations of reds and oranges and yellows, showcasing the ever-changing beauty of nature. Lighting plays an integral part in this design. Hobart has such a soft, romantic light, and it was important to mimic this warmness in the space itself. The pendant, suspended from the ceiling, like a tree branch, cast shadows across the Roman clay ceiling. The green walls, also in Roman clay, have imperfections and roughness to them, mirroring the mountain's rugged contours. So when the sunlight filters through that sheer ombre curtain, reminiscent of the sunset over the mountain, the imperfections are highlighted in the plaster and are reminiscent of when the dappled light comes through with the gum leaves. At the heart of the design lies a floor-to-ceiling eco-smart fireplace, a beacon of warmth that banishes the inherent chill of the Tassie air. Obviously, because it's quite close to Antarctica itself. But being in the centre, it fosters a sense of intimacy and a place of conversation and gathering. Overall, a warmth is portrayed in the lighting choices, concentrating on ambient mood lighting to create an intimate atmosphere. This, along with the colours, portrays a design centred around nature and its benefits. Every texture and material has been mindfully selected to mirror the mountain and create an environment for guests that invite them to unwind and connect with nature's embrace. The design seamlessly integrates organic forms such as scallop timber joinery and natural textures such as the Pilbara green marble in a leathered finish to create a dynamic tapestry that reflects the mountain's landscape. Every corner invites touch, from the smooth, cool surfaces reminiscent of rocks to the plush fabrics that mimic the gentle sway of eucalyptus leaves in the breeze. The wallpaper was a visual play to emulate the mountain's tapestry. Designed by local artist Anna Sassi, the combination of geometric shapes demonstrates the sharp edges in a stone formation and the soft flora mounds atop the mountain. Alongside the materials and finishes, the decoration of the room focuses on highlighting local makers and artists. The painting by local artist Elliot Nimmo is a depiction of the mountain itself, as soft clouds hang over the mountain and bursts of orange punctuate through. And to the lounge chair, made by local Australian manufacturer and designer Jardin Furniture, who fosters local jobs and production within Australia. Vases and decor pieces carefully selected by local makers and craftspeople add to the comfort of the space. It's as if it is a nest filled with beautiful things. All elements are there to create a space that is warm and inviting and homely. Sustainability and localism are not just the guiding principles, but at the very essence of this design ethos. At the heart, the vision is to create an estimated 15 carefully crafted boutique apartments, each embodying the principles of passive design. The building would boast 26.6 kilowatt rooftop solar system, harnessing renewable energy to power the spaces. Rainwater collected and stored in water tanks would be used for laundry and toilet facilities, reducing the reliance on water from the city. Furthermore, innovative measures such as highly efficient heat pump hot water system and a VRF air conditioning system would drastically lower the strain on the grid. One of the key passive house principles is airtight construction, which would mean each room would be fitted out with a HRV unit, which draws fresh air in and makes the rooms feel that little bit more attached to nature, alongside aluminium double glazed windows to keep that chill out. Additionally, the choice of materials is guided by a conscious effort to reduce CO2 emissions, exemplified by using Dulux's Enviro O2 paint on Easy Line Magnum board, an alternative to plasterboard that is CO2 negative, silica-free, and breathable. The use of reclaimed timber for flooring and shelves, and also doing finishes in low VOC, adds to the sustainable element of the design. Our ambition would be to use local builders and joiners to further the benefits of this development. The mission is not merely to create a sanctuary of luxury, but to cultivate a legacy of environmental stewardship, ensuring that every guest's experience is not just one that's memorable, but also aligned with our shared vision for a more sustainable future. We're doing good for nature while benefiting ourselves by being in a space inspired by it. Taking inspiration from the mountain and surrounds of Tasmania, the boutique hotel offers a sensorial experience, ultimately connecting us to the benefits of nature. From aromas designed and implemented, colours, materials, and textured, inspired by the rugged landscape. All areas of sensorial design are concentrated on invigorating the senses. Alongside sensorial design and implementing strong sustainable principles, this interior showcases how we can create a space where guests can feel a profound sense of tranquility. This is the beginning of what we can achieve in design. Hues of Mount Kunanyi exemplifies one of the myriad of ways we can adapt interiors to reflect our natural environment. By drawing from Mother Nature's rich tapestry, we can create spaces that are joyous and invigorating. The goal is simple: to use colour to end the white wall epidemic. By harnessing the power and beauty of nature, we can design interiors that lift our well-being. This approach fosters a reconnection with nature, allowing us to reap the numerous positive impacts it can have on our lives. For instance, instead of having a white hotel room in Ireland, we could be inspired by the Blue Lagoon, which has that gorgeous teal and that bronze green. Or the rainbow eucalyptus groves of the Philippines, whichever takes your fancy. Our disconnected from nature is a pressing challenge of our time, but it is not insurmountable. With thoughtful interior design that celebrates and integrates natural elements, especially through colour and sensory materials, we can bridge the divide with nature and improve our well-being. Hues of Mount Kunanyi celebrates the unique environmental features of its location, standing in stark contrast to the typical white-walled hotel room we're used to. My mission to eliminate white doesn't stop here. By drawing inspiration from nature and incorporating elements that benefit our well-being, we can ultimately change the landscape of design. I will continue to pursue my mission throughout my career and know that I've tried my hardest to bring joy into spaces. I want you to take a deep breath with me and let it out. And imagine lying in a space where the wood fire is crackling and there's a sweet scent of eucalyptus. The sun is shining through the curtains and dapple light casts across the room. And hopefully you feel the power of Hues of Mount Kunanyi and where time slows and the beauty of wilderness reigns supreme. Thank you.